What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to World Sports Culture TV. And there you have it. I'm going to be giving you a slight match review and my thoughts on the game for Argentina versus England. Argentina beating England with Messi on his verge to possibly winning his second World Cup. Now, there are a lot of feelings around this game right now. I have people contacting me, texting me, messaging me saying England played not to lose. That was horrible. They lost the game. Argentina didn't win that game. I can't believe that, we were soaking up pressure for so long. And, tons of opinions right now going along with this game. So let me give you my take. First off, it was a very good game. I am a little disappointed that England couldn't get the job done and get to the World Cup final and avenge our, past losses to Argentina. But it is what it is. I'm not a sore loser. At the end of the day, I like to tip my cap to teams who are worthy opponents. It's not like we lost to a team that I thought we were head and shoulders better than, or our players on paper are just way better than. Argentina are, reigning World Cup champions for a reason. They're one of the best footballing nations in the world, and they have the greatest player of all time to play on their team, in my opinion, in Messi. So I'm not sitting here super disappointed. I'm super proud of this English team. They showed a lot of themselves. They played with a lot of heart and desire in these World Cup games and in this tournament, and I don't think we have anything to be ashamed of, per se. Now, yes, Argentina won. Yes, Messi played well. He had 2 assists, beautiful crosses that he's putting in the box when they were under the cosh, down 1-0. Messi just flooding the ball with boxes, flooding the box with balls, I should say, I'm sorry. And then also he gives that assist to Enzo Fernandez, lays it off to him at the top of the box after Enzo had a pop shot from about 25 yards out that just went over. That corner's taken. Messi lays it off to him, and he has a second crack at the whip, and he buries a banger. Enzo, really good player, 100 million transfer fee to Chelsea. He plays in the Prem, he plays on Chelsea, wonderful player. Nothing I can say against Enzo Fernandez. The guy's world class. Messi with that assist, and then later on in the game, about 5 minutes later, he puts a ball in the box for Lautaro Martinez, who got subbed on. And Lautaro Martinez, like a top striker that he is, skies and, really nice header and finishes the chance that Messi created for him. So Argentina come back late in the game, score 2 goals in about 5 minutes, where England opened up the game strong. First half, it was kind of back and forth, no shots on net in the first half. It looked like both teams were kind of, trying to impose their will, but really not getting anywhere. Second half started, and it looked like England really wanted to prove that we were going to put Argentina under pressure. We were playing a high man-to-man press, really trying to force, Argentina to making mistakes and giving us the ball back. Where our 1 goal came from Harry Kane dropping back, spreads a beautiful ball, diagonal ball across the pitch to Morgan Rogers, who I thought was excellent today. I thought that was a great change by Thomas Tuchel to put him out on the wing. But that being said, Morgan Rogers gets the ball out on the right wing, kind of beats his man a little bit, and gets in a beautiful cross where Anthony Gordon is able to get on the end of it and bury it for the tap-in, making it 1-0 England. Now, from that point on, the entire game changed. We go up 1-0. English fans are feeling good. I was super excited. I was screaming, let's go. I was so pumped up. I had a smile on my face, but I knew it was far from over. This Argentina team has no quit. And, you have to deal with the controversial things that they're maybe going to get a pen or some stupid thing from the ref that everybody believes is going to happen. But I really wasn't too worried about that because I don't really play into those antics of, rigged games and controversial calls and stuff like that. I just, let the chips fall where they may. So, really, the downfall for this English team was once we went up 1-0, in the 60th minute, Tuchel makes his subs, and we go to the back five, and we start trying to absorb all the pressure. Now, I don't disagree with that tactic, but a little bit later on, you can't do that for 30 minutes especially against this team like Argentina that has guys that can make magic happen from outside the box. Pop shots from Enzo. I was worried about Julian Alvarez taking shots from distance, Messi taking shots from outside the box. You're looking at guys who are match winners. This is an Argentina team that is star studded with offensive guys. And if you're going to give them the ball and say, just come at us for 30 minutes, that's what happens. We were never going to be able to keep that team out for 30 minutes. I mean, you're just asking way too much of the defense, of the goaltender, against one of the world's best teams. You have to try to meet that team in the middle and go head to head for as long as you can. I understand, listen, it's 1-0, 80th minute. You want to make those changes and try to absorb pressure for the last 10, 15, 20 minutes. Completely understandable. Put big damn burns on, stuff of that nature. 100%. But for you to set up shop in the 60th minute, it's almost like conceding defeat a little bit, in my opinion. You don't have the nous to go at them anymore, where you didn't really want to kill off the game. Who's to say that we couldn't score a second? So I think people are rightfully so outraged with Thomas Tuchel on that decision to, really be more defensive minded, especially so early on in the second half. And it really just proved that we couldn't do that. And his tactic was wrong there, and we paid the price, and we lost the game 2-1. I mean, no shame in losing to Argentina, in my opinion. We lost to one of the best teams in the world. I'm never going to be too upset about that. But in the fashion that we lost, we could have went out with more of a fight and showing a little bit more of ourselves, besides for just scoring one goal and then trying to sit there for 30 minutes absorbing all the pressure. Now, I want to say, I thought a couple guys had standout games. I'm a Tottenham Hotspur fan. Jed Spence is unbelievable. I thought he had a great game. Jed Spence was really locking down on the outside, 1v1 against Simeone's son. I thought he had a tough time with Jed today. Jed Spence had an unreal track back tackle on Simeone as well, where he was through on net, and Jed Spence out of nowhere with that unbelievable pace that he possesses comes back and makes an unbelievable sliding challenge in the box, winning the ball. I mean, that has to be one of the plays of the games for England. Jed Spence was unreal today. I thought he was great. I want to say, if not a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 performance by Jed Spence. I think he's excellent. I would be really hard-pressed to see him go from this Spurs team. I think he has a lot to offer us. I know Poro's our starting right back, but, that's a guy that you just can't sell for cheap or just, sell without a buyback clause or something of that nature. Jed Spence was a star man for England today. I thought Jude was good in the middle of the pitch. He was getting on the ball. He was trying to dictate pace, especially in the first half. I thought he was, really getting on the ball a lot and trying to, make something happen. Harry Kane, the man is unbelievable at 10, dropping back and spraying balls. He had 2 balls that were beautifully sprayed and one that really created the assist to the assist. That diagonal to Morgan Rogers where he sends the ball into Anthony Gordon and we get that goal. So I thought Harry Kane played a great game today. Like I said, Jude and Spence were great. Anthony Gordon, really good game today, and I've been pretty critical of him, but he played a great game today. I thought Declan Rice and Elliot Anderson were really good in the midfield as well. I thought we played really great up until we wanted to set up shop. Jordan Pickford deserves his flowers. That man made a couple of world-class saves today. And not only is he making world-class saves, but to parry the ball out to the right-hand side instead of spilling it right in front of him, that is goalkeeping 101. That is amazing goalkeeping. He was doing everything he could and everything in his power today to keep us in that game. And I thought Jordan Pickford was not to be sniffed at. I thought he played an unbelievable game. So I'm very happy with those guys. I think it really comes down to our coaching today. I thought the coaching for England was not up to par. I thought Thomas Tuchel really messed up. I thought, setting up shop for, 30-plus minutes against this Argentinian team that can, create magic, I thought was not the way to go. I think you have to try to kill a team like this. You have to try to get up 2-0 or, at least try to put pressure on them and not invite the pressure on us. Now, Thomas Tuchel, you could kind of tell just in his team selection that he was going to be more of a defensive-minded coach this tournament. Leaving guys like Palmer home and Phil Foden, guys who can really break the lines and create magic and create chances, I thought that was a real miss on this English team this whole tournament. I thought our chance creation was lackluster, and it really proved in this type of game and in other games too, like Ghana, where we couldn't create enough chances to win or score a goal. So I think Thomas Tuchel has a lot of blame on his shoulders, to be honest with you. But that being said, I don't want to take anything away from Argentina. They are World Cup champions for a reason. They are unbelievable. Messi is the GOAT. 2 assists today, willing his team over the line like he does game in and game out. And it sets up for an unbelievable match between Argentina versus Spain. Christian Romero, slightly impressive today. He had one really good move in the box where he was under pressure and shifted it off to his left foot and made a great pass out. But I wasn't, too impressed with him. Lisandro Martinez, I wasn't impressed with at all. Tagliafico was kind of buzzing around the pitch a little bit. Molina had a good game, their other right back. Emi Martinez really didn't have much to do that game. The one chance we scored, it's not like he could have done anything with that. It's a one-timer, great cross across the box for a tap-in, so you really can't be blaming the Argentinian goalkeeper on that. And I thought Scaloni, their head coach, who's been great, ever since this guy's had the job, he's been great. He's a World Cup champion. He has... I think he's a Copa America champion as well. This is the first team, also international team, that can win 3 major honors in a row, this Argentinian team. So, we're playing a great team with a great coach, with the best player ever. It was going to be a tough ask, but I did believe that we could win, and I was expecting us to win a little bit in some fashion, but just wasn't meant to be. I don't think we should hang our heads low as English fans. I think we should be proud of this team. I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of losing to this Argentinian side, former World Cup champions and with the best player in the world. So that's kind of where I stand. I want to give Messi his flowers. I think he's unreal. 2 assists today, one with a cross, one with just laying a perfectly weighted ball to the edge of the box for Enzo to smash. And it is what it is. The GOAT does it again. And, I have him up here holding 2 World Cup trophies. Can this man go back-to-back World Cups? Is he going to be a 2-time World Cup champion? Is he going to be one of the most decorated international footballers of all time? Only time is going to tell, but I don't put it past him. Let me tell you that. My money's on Argentina in that final, even though Spain look unbelievable. So I think it's going to be a great World Cup final, to be all honest with you. And what's crazy to me, what I want to bring up to people is the photo of 17-year-old Messi giving Lamine Yamal a bath. What are the odds that those 2 players were going to go up against each other in a World Cup final? I mean, Yamal had to grow up to be a great player to start, and that happened. He had to be on a team like Spain that is good enough to make it to the World Cup final. We needed Messi to have unbelievable longevity in the game and make it to a World Cup final at 38 years old. I mean, that storyline is kind of what sports are about, in my opinion. Just the miracles that sports bring about. This man was washing this kid in a bathtub when he was a 17-year-old boy himself, and now he's playing this young man in a World Cup final in 2026, about 20 years later, something of that nature. Unbelievable storylines going into that game. I mean, I couldn't have writ a better storyline. Unbelievable. Let's hope, in my opinion, let's hope that Messi can do it, because I think it creates for a great sports story. He'll be the most decorated international footballer of all time, and obviously just solidify his status as the GOAT. And nothing to be ashamed about, England. We played a great game. We faltered at the end. The tactics weren't quite there for us. And that's just my honest opinion on the game. I don't like to be a sore loser. I like to give people credit when credit is due. In Argentina, they buried 2 goals against us playing, sit in the box type defense, back 5, trying not to get beat on the outside with crosses and stuff like that. So they were able to do it. They bagged an unreal goal from outside the box. They had a great header by one of the better strikers in the world right now, Lautaro Martinez. And it is what it is. That's England versus Argentina in a nutshell. So, hope everybody's enjoying the World Cup. Hope everybody's enjoying their day. And until next time, YouTube.